What if I told you that starting a business in one of the most stable, respected economies in the world could either be one of the smartest moves you ever make or a frustrating mistake, depending on one decision you make at the beginning? Sounds dramatic, but this is where most people get it wrong. When people think about starting a company in Canada, they assume it's just like the US, simple, fast, and straightforward. But the surprising truth about Canada is this: there is no exact LLC like in the United States. And that one misunderstanding, it's where most beginners mess up before they even start. But don't worry, because in this video, we're going to break down exactly how to register the Canadian equivalent of an LLC, step by step through a real story. So by the end, you'll understand the system clearly and avoid the mistakes most people make. Let's start with a story. Meet Alex. Alex runs a small online service business in the US. Over time, he starts getting more clients from Canada. Everything seems fine until one day, a Canadian client asks him something simple. Can you invoice us through a Canadian company? Alex pauses, because he doesn't have one. And then, that moment he realizes something important. He's missing opportunities. So he starts researching. How do I open an LLC in Canada? But that's where confusion begins, because Canada doesn't use the LLC structure the same way the US does. This is where most people quit. But Alex doesn't, because he understands something important. Confusion is often the beginning of opportunity. Now let's break it down. In Canada, the closest equivalent to an LLC is a corporation. And here's why it matters. Just like an LLC, a corporation provides limited liability protection. That means your personal assets are generally separate from your business. Simple, but essential. Now here's where things get interesting in Canada. You have two main choices: federal incorporation or provincial incorporation. And this is where most people get stuck, because choosing the wrong one can create unnecessary complications. Alex faces this exact decision, so let's walk through it. Federal incorporation allows you to operate across Canada under one company name. Provincial incorporation is limited to a specific province, like Ontario or British Columbia. Alex initially thinks federal sounds better, but here's the problem: federal incorporation often requires extra steps, like registering in each province you operate in. So he takes a step back and asks a smarter question: where will I actually do business? That question changes everything. He chooses Ontario. Focused, practical, efficient. Now step 1, choosing your company name. Sounds simple, but here's the problem: your company name must be unique and approved. And here's the surprising truth: you may need a nuance report to check name availability. This is a formal name search, and if your name is too similar to another company, it will be rejected. So Alex prepares multiple options, because smart entrepreneurs don't rely on one idea. They prepare for friction. Now step 2, preparing your incorporation documents. This is where things become real. You need to define company name, business structure, shareholders, directors, and here's the key: at least one director may need to be a Canadian resident, depending on the province. This is where many foreigners get stuck. Alex almost does too, but then he finds a solution. He uses a nominee director service, and that unlocks the process. Now step 3, filing for incorporation. This can be done online. And here's where Canada stands out: the system is structured and efficient. Alex submits his application, and then he waits, but not for long, because his company is approved quickly. And in that moment everything changes, because now he officially owns a Canadian corporation. Now step 4, getting a business number. This is issued by the Canada Revenue Agency, and this is where things become official, because this number allows you to pay taxes, hire employees, operate legally. Alex registers for his business number, and now his company is active. Now step 5, registering for taxes. Depending on your business, you may need GST or HST registration, payroll accounts, import/export accounts. This is where it gets serious, because Canada has a clear but strict tax system. Alex hires an accountant, and this is one of the smartest decisions he makes. Now step 6, opening a business bank account. This is essential, because without it, your company cannot function. And here's the challenge: most banks require in-person verification. Alex considers traveling to Canada, but instead, he finds a bank that supports remote setup with proper documentation. And after some effort, his account is active. Now everything is in place. Now let's pause for a moment, because you might be thinking this sounds structured. So what's the downside? And that's the right question, because no system is perfect. And this is where it gets real. Canada is stable, but it's not the cheapest. Compliance is strict. Taxes must be filed correctly. This is where it gets dangerous. If you ignore compliance, penalties can be serious. But if you follow the system, you gain something powerful: credibility. Now let's go back to Alex. 6 months later, his business looks completely different. He has a Canadian presence. Clients trust him more. He's able to work with larger companies, and his revenue is growing. This is the hidden payoff. Now let's bring everything together. Registering an LLC equivalent in Canada involves choosing federal or provincial incorporation, selecting a company name, preparing incorporation documents, filing for incorporation, obtaining a business number, registering for taxes, opening a bank account. Simple steps, but powerful outcomes. And here's the deeper insight most people miss: this isn't just about Canada. It's about understanding systems, because every country has its own way of doing business. And the moment you learn how to navigate them, you unlock new opportunities. Now here's the question you need to ask yourself: are you avoiding complexity or learning how to use it? Because that decision can change everything. And if you stayed with me this far, you're already thinking differently. You're not just chasing easy answers. You're building real knowledge. And that's what makes you business-minded. So if this gave you value, if it changed how you see global business even a little, make sure to subscribe, because we're diving deeper into real strategies, global opportunities, and smart moves that most people never even consider. And trust me, the next step you take could define your future.